All right, guys, we are down here at the range today to talk about 22 long rifles for personal defense, home defense, and concealed carry. Now, this is going to be a widely controversial topic because everybody thinks about 22 long rifle a little bit differently, but most people understand that it is one of the smallest and weakest cartridges you can get chambered in a handgun, rifle, or some other type of firearm. Now, why would you choose one of the more weaker cartridges for personal defense? And right off the bat, that is recoil sensitivity. A lot of people cannot handle the felt recoil of something like a 380 or a 9mm as they get older, maybe a smaller frame, or arthritis sets in their hands. Also, chambering around in some of those larger caliber firearms is a little bit more difficult because they are larger bullets, there's more springs, there's more mass, and they are harder to manipulate. Somebody might want a really small, compact, lightweight, easy to rack 22 for concealed carry when all of the other options fail them when they're shooting down at the range. They can't manipulate the gun, they can't control the gun. With all that being said, I highly recommend 9mm as my go-to concealed carry. That's what I personally carry in my SIG P365 XL, my Smith & Wesson Shield, my Glock 19, and so on and so forth. That's kind of my go-to for concealed carry. Now, with ballistics kind of out of the way, that's not what we're really focusing on in this video. We're talking about if you do decide that 22 long rifle is the only option for you to concealed carry, what are some of the best choices, not only concealed carry, but for home defense and car defense and just personal defense in general. I'm gonna list my top 5 guns, and I've got 4 of them down here at the range. So let's kind of tilt the camera over, take some shots at the target, and discuss each of the firearms I've chosen for the best 22 long rifle firearms for personal defense. The very first firearm on the list you saw in the intro is the Taurus 942 chambered in 22 long rifle. The other cool thing about 22 long rifle is you generally get more rounds in the same size gun of a larger caliber. This one holds 8 rounds of 22, and honestly, that's going to be pretty good as far as concealed carry goes when it comes to capacity. But again, you are only shooting that 22 long rifle cartridge. This one has a bobbed hammer, a nice set of rubberized grips. The weight is going to be heavier than all of the other handguns I'm going to feature today because it is an all steel frame gun. The sights are reasonable, and these tend to be a little bit more reliable than a semi-auto handgun when it comes to shooting 22 long rifle. Well, revolvers in general are. Just because if you do have a failure with the round itself, you simply pull the trigger, it rotates the cylinder and fires the next one. You don't have to clear a malfunction. Now, don't get me wrong, revolver cylinders can seize up, especially with 22 long rifle being incredibly dirty. You will have to clean any type of revolver to keep it reliable. But generally speaking, with bulk pack ammunition, you're going to get 1 out of every couple hundred that just doesn't fire right, or it doesn't set off the primer right. With a revolver, you simply pull the trigger and keep shooting. Let's take some shots with this guy. It's got a very smooth double action trigger pull. It's really easy to control. The single action is very nice, and it's got some texturing on the top of the hammer. And overall, guys, it's just a great platform to shoot 22 long rifle out of. It seems to be a tack driver. It functions great. And this particular one, that Taurus 942, is the one I would recommend when it comes to somebody on a budget. This has been really reliable. It works great, but Smith also makes a few 22 long rifle versions of this gun, even a hammerless version of this gun. I absolutely love the Smith versions, but you are looking at probably about $550 to $600 to get that gun, where this one is right about $400. It saves you $200 and works great. That is why this guy is the first one on my list for 22 long rifle personal defense guns. The next one on the list is the Kel-Tec P17, and this is an interesting firearm. Sub $300, in fact, sub $250 if you can find them around. And I want to give a huge shout out to American Pawn & Gun, located in Monroe, North Carolina, for donating like 3 out of the 5 firearms you're seeing on the channel today. These guys are a huge supporter of the channel, and especially with gun prices and ammo prices going the way they are, having this guy's support is incredibly nice. And they carry a lot of these 22 long rifle firearms I'm featuring today in their shop, and they currently have 22 long rifle ammunition in stock as of making this video. Again, American Pawn & Gun, located in Monroe, North Carolina, right off 74. Tell them 704 Tactical sent you over. Now, this is a very nice handgun because of the price and capacity. a lot of 22s don't hold a ton of capacity when you're talking about some of those older semi-auto firearms. So this is really nice because it holds 16 rounds in the magazine, 1 in the chamber, making it a 17-round handgun. And that is great for personal defense when it comes to capacity. It comes with 3 mags in the box, fiber optic sights, adjustable sights, an ambidextrous safety, a paddle mag release, a pick rail that works really well to attach all different types of lights. I've got an O-light on the front right here. And it comes with the thread adapter in the box. All of this for a very reasonable price. And guys, this thing is incredibly reliable. I've got a Hughes Precision micro suppressor on the front of it and CCI standard velocity. Let's take some shots. This thing is awesome. Just runs like a sewing machine, guys. No problems whatsoever. Man, can you imagine though, in a personal defense situation, just rattling off 17 rounds, no problems, sights dead on, groups the size of your fist at 15 yards. Now that is going to stop somebody, in my opinion. I mean, there are always that controversy if they're hopped up on something or really baggy coats with thick muscle or fat. I mean, the ballistics are, guys, for a different video, but I think as far as 22 long rifles go, this thing is pretty formidable up close and personal. So the next two I want to talk about, I don't actually have with me down here at the range, but I do have full reviews on them. That is the Taurus TX22, an amazing handgun, again, with high round counts, about 15 to 16 rounds, comes with 2 mags in the box, thread adapter in the box, and again, right around that $250, $300 price point. But again, prices are pretty crazy right now, but I have full reviews and updates on that handgun. Go check it out. A absolutely great option. I just tend to shoot the P17 more now that I have it. I just like it personally a little bit better than the TX22, but that is an amazing handgun. And definitely, guys, the Taurus TX22 and the Kel-Tec P17 both beat out that new Glock 44 in my opinion. That is why that one is not on the list today. And the other honorable mention is the Ruger 1022. Seems to be a really popular 22 long rifle, and we'll be featuring the one that I would rather recommend a little bit over that later on in this video. But again, both of those are honorable mentions, and honestly, the Taurus TX22 is actually on the list that I recommend, no doubt about it. The next gun I'm featuring is the Ruger LCP II chambered in 22 long rifle. I also found this really cool holster on Amazon. This is the Polcraft Kydex in the waistband holster. I will link this in the description below. This works for the LCP II chambered in 380 and the 22 long rifle. The cool thing about this handgun is it is so micro small. It's perfect for pocket carry, concealed carry. In fact, it comes with a pocket holster in the box. Again, a huge shout out to American Pawn & Gun for donating this to the channel. And guys, I've been carrying this a lot and you don't even know you have it. 10 rounds in the magazine, 1 in the tube, and a very nice safety on the side. Gives you a very formidable concealed carry handgun when it comes to round count. 11 rounds of 22, that's pretty decent when it comes to such a micro compact pistol. You can see how small it actually is. We'll flip off the safety. I've got some CCI stingers in here. Let's take some shots. This thing functions great. It is incredibly easy to use and it is very lightweight to rack, and it's got some tabs located on the back to rack this thing very easily. This is perfect for somebody who's really struggled with carrying a pocket 380. Just can't handle that recoil, the snappiness. They really don't like the weight of a larger gun. They like the concealability of something like a pocket 380, but again, just can't handle the recoil or chambering around or manipulating the controls. This is an absolutely great option that I can 100% recommend. Such an awesome handgun. And the last one I want to talk about for personal defense is the Smith & Wesson M&P 1522. Now, this is what I would recommend over that Ruger 1022 for a few reasons. One, capacity. Right off the bat, these guys ship with 25 round magazines. They're plentiful. They're actually reasonably priced, about $20 or so per mag. You can find them on sale even cheaper, so you can stock up a ton, throw them around your house, and really use this as a personal defense gun in and around your home. Another reason why I like this a little bit better is it has a quad rail, or the new ones have an M-lock rail, allowing you to attach a light for personal defense, grips, lasers, optics, all incredibly easy and all incredibly versatile. The other thing is you can adjust the grip and stock according to your needs, and everything about this thing just screams modularity. You can really adjust it to fit your personal size, stature, and just how you want to handle your own personal defense situation. The other cool thing about this is it's insanely reliable. And in my opinion, more infinitely reliable than the 1022. And I know I'm going to ruffle some feathers saying that, but this gun has about 38,000 rounds to it. I'm going to say it again, 38,000 rounds. At about 15 to 20,000 rounds, the ejector and extractor blew out the side of this gun, and some of the springs were worn out. I sent it back to Smith. They did a complete rebuild free, no charge whatsoever, and it's gone another about 20,000 rounds since that rebuild with no issues whatsoever. And still, I mean, pretty much 99.99999% functional. I think I've counted about 5 or 6 failures out of those 38,000 rounds that I can remember anyways off of this gun. Now, they also make new versions with a threaded barrel that you can suppress for personal defense and just getting into shooting. But enough talking, let's shoot this thing. It is absolutely awesome. The optic is probably one of the Holosuns I would recommend, or like this Vism, something with an auto-on feature. You just load that 25 round mags into there, mag after mag, and just dump rounds. No recoil, easy to control, easy to manipulate, and again, just so modular to fit your needs perfectly. Just amazing functionality and reliability. This is what I would recommend for kind of personal defense in your home for a rifle over a handgun if you choose to go that route. Now, in my state, you need a purchase permit for a handgun. They're taking a little bit to get right now, but you can walk right into a store and pick this up if you're over 18 and pass the background check. So I've been recommending this gun to a lot of people, and I absolutely love it. So I hope this gives you about 5 or 6 guns to add to your list if you are really kind of dead set on using a 22 for personal defense, or at least to start using a 22 for personal defense. These are the handguns and rifles I would recommend. And again, guys, I have full reviews and overviews on each of these guns. And another huge shout out to American Pot & Gun for always helping out the channel. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.